Good morning. It's Ginny and Tim at DS Tech.
Hey there.
Guess what? AI is not new.
Mm-hmm.
Nope. Hasn't been new for a while. And guess what else? Computers used to be people.
Yeah.
So we're going to talk about all of that. It's an interesting episode. I'm fascinated by it.
Mm-hmm.
But it's a fun topic. If you have any questions or comments, please drop them. I'd love to hear. We would love to hear.
Mm-hmm.
And we'll definitely respond. And also at the end, I'll tell you how to get your free security assessment. So.
Yes. Awesome. So, this episode's about when computers are people. So, every generation believes its tools are unprecedented, that they're living in the best, history. And sometimes history can disagree. So, like one of the loudest...
The best time is always now.
Always.
Right.
So one of the biggest reactions to AI right now is you're hearing probably like the fear and the FUD that comes about that machines are replacing humans, or replacing jobs, taking all this labor, yada, 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 and go on and on. There's tons of videos on that.
Yeah.
But here's the thing is that we've already lived through this panic before several times, and we didn't even call the tools machines.
Mm-hmm.
So in fact, there was a time where a computer wasn't even silicone. It was actually, quote unquote, a person. So I'll get into some of that. So when the computers were human, go back to like 1785. So quite a ways, I don't think there's actual modern computers here yet.
Nope.
British civil servants complained that the computers were just too hard to understand. Well, what they meant by a computer in that scenario was that specialized people who have duties that were the controller in the computer, such as a human whose job was to calculate taxes, astronomical tables, navigational charts, as well as financial ledgers. These were skilled, very specialized roles, and as systems became more complex, fewer people could do them reliably. Does that sound familiar at all?
Yeah, it does sound familiar.
Because similar to other advances in technology.
Complaining about it yesterday.
Yeah. So a lot of times we don't lose intelligence when those became tools. We just allowed it to scale and to allow other people to be able to handle them. That used to be like a very specialized niche role, right, with specialized information. So think of like programming now, and I'm kind of going off script a little bit, but like programming to an average person, they just see a bunch of code, their brain just shuts off. They're like, I don't even want to try to interpret this. It doesn't make any sense, right?
So foreign language.
So the programmers obviously are going to be able to use the AI tools to, in theory, do a lot of the slow, the boring programming, and allow them to be more creative with it. You still need that level of understanding, but it's becoming easier to get into that, and it's allowing us to scale and have more people be kind of programmers using the tools. So again, tools replace tasks, not the purpose. So again, technology consistently converts labor into leverage. So every major tool shift followed a similar pattern where there was a difficult, specialized human task, increasingly complex error rates because of the task, and a tool emerges. The task becomes cheaper, faster, and more reliable. Humans move up the abstraction stack. Slide rules never killed engineers. Spreadsheets didn't eliminate accountants, and compilers didn't kill programming. It just made it possible at scale. So again, there's still going to be those people to handle those roles. You're just using the technology tool to make your life easier managing it and eliminating the errors, as well as allowing more people to do the same tasks that used to be so highly specialized.
So it's like technology gets smarter, and then we get smarter
and
too.
We jump up, and then we get technology to replace those, and then we hop up again, and then we get technology to replace that. Oh, what tasks don't we like doing now? Let's make technology here, and then it's just a never-ending evolution. So programming, okay, yep, exactly. I jumped out of the thing. So AI doesn't remove creativity; it just removes the drudgery. So like this was taken from like a veteran systems programmer who recently described something important, talking about how writing code line by line is no longer the bottleneck. Understanding what to build and how to frame your coding and how do you want to get your outcome and how are you going to get there becomes more important. So in hours, AI-assisted workflows can complete tasks that used to take weeks, fixing race conditions, refactoring libraries, and reproducing entire design documents. The key insight isn't that AI is better than humans.
No.
It's that it excels at doing well-described intent, where humans are kind of like the conductor. You're still telling it what to do, where it's going, doing this stuff. But it's like you have an orchestra that can just play on time really great with you as long as you're telling it what to do properly, right?
I like to think of it as like a second brain. Like my brain is kind of scattered, I'm like, I need to organize these thoughts because there's something there. So I dump it in there and it spits it back at me.
Takes that
and it's like, and
you bounce it around a little bit more, feed it back in.
Yeah, it totally makes sense now.
So with the programming example, programming didn't disappear. It just, again, removed from syntax to systems thinking. There's also security advantages to the AI system. So obviously, you hear attackers are using AI for more advanced phishing and all this other stuff too. But on the defense, the AI systems are allowing us to get accurate alerts, reduce alert fatigue, all that kind of stuff. I'm sure that's what it'll say here. So from a security perspective, AI is a force multiplier, not a liability by default. Because the AI systems don't get tired. You can have an AI system watching logs all the time. So even at 3 a.m, something comes through. It's not going to be like a tired SOC analyst who might miss something because it's late. They're not going to forget about configuration baselines. You can give them all the details. It's like, this is what it needs. If it drifts, alert us to that. It can detect anomalies across massive data sets, correlate signals that humans cannot track reliably. It reduces the configuration drift, and it can assist with code review, threat modeling, and incident triage. What all that just means is it can do things that humans typically will do at a much more efficient rate. It will give you more accurate results. Humans are still going to be reviewing the alert. Human in the loop, you should always have that as well. But humans remain accountable, but AI reduces the cognitive load and the constant reaction. So you're not always reacting to stuff. You can say you get 1,000 alerts before, you'd have a human look through them all and find the 10 that were very important to action on. Well, now you have an AI system that's categorizing them low, medium, high, critical, and then able to then funnel them to someone, a human, to then review, and it's reducing that cognitive load, and they can focus on the actual true
without getting emotional.
Yeah, exactly.
Because when we're reacting, we're always emotional.
That's true. Reacting. Yeah, if you see a bunch of alerts fire off as a human, you might start, your heart rate starts going up. You're like, oh, what do I got to do here? You may potentially make a mistake where AI is trained that when this happens, this is what we do. We host isolate the machine. We do this, we do this, we do this. It's going to do those initial steps immediately for you without any second guessing, and it'll be help to contain the spread if there was a true attack or anything like that.
And we get to be the calm overlord.
Yeah, we get to be the yeah, exactly. It's the conductor.
Right.
So security is all about reducing signal over noise. AI can help us see the signal and reduces that alert fatigue and that noise of just being bombarded by alerts all the time. And a big part of the AI too, it's going to free humans to think and not react. So again, the real value of AI is to reclaim mental bandwidth. The most underappreciated benefit isn't the automation, it's the space. And in my opinion, when they say space here, I think of time. So the space to think, I think of the time to think. The space to design, well, it's giving you more time to design because it's doing the repetitive tasks for you. Same thing with asking better questions. So when humans stop spending all their energy reacting, triaging alerts, just rewriting all this stuff, they can then create and maybe think about different ways of how to do it. I think
it's more freedom to be more, right?
Yeah.
To be and do more.
Because you're taking all the boring tasks. You don't want to do that. Just eat up your time. It allows you to be more creative thinking. You're thinking about how you're going to do your job differently or how you could do it in a manner that would maybe be more efficient. The way I do that is it's not in here, but like I just want to say like the AI art slop, right? Everyone talks about AI slop online because there's so many created images now, the fake videos. And I get it. Like a 12-year-old can go on Facebook and make a prompt and make all these AI videos, and they're going out everywhere.
Yeah.
But what's going to happen is that people who are truly good at their creativity are going to be able to use AI to allow themselves to think better and not have to do the actual mundane task. An example I use is if you're like a really good artist and you draw like a great pencil outline for like a video game, a movie, whatever it is, you could take your pencil drawing, put it into AI, now ask, give me 10 different color outputs before I even do it. And then you can, I like this color scheme, and then go and actual paint that palette. Or you can use it to augment and have your creative thoughts be shown before you putting on paper. And those who are creative using the tool will then still create great masterpieces. The tool will not be creating them. They'll still put their human touches on them, but using that tool to get rid of some of the boring parts of that process. Again, like the programming, the line by line coding. No, I just want to know, how do I get my program to do X, which is more important, not how do I get it there. Same thing, I have this vision in my head on a great picture of a lake with a deer and whatever else, and I have a rough sketch, but how do I exactly get it there? Give me some other options, and then using that ability, then you can then take that in. So same thing with music, all that kind of stuff too. It's interesting.
It is interesting. It's fascinating.
So, addressing the fear. So change is real. Panic is optional. So again, none of this means disruption isn't going to happen. Realistically, some roles are going to change. Some jobs or roles may disappear while others emerge. There is going to be that kind of influx space, but that's always been true with any industry or with any technological advancement in history. Even we talked in another episode about it when the tractor was invented, right? How many there were farmers who were refusing to buy tractors because they didn't want to lay off all of their farm hands. Like, does that sound familiar? Interesting.
Yeah.
So it's very similar. But by refusing the tool doesn't mean you're going to preserve the old world. it just will exclude you from the new one. So if you're the farmer not buying your tractor and then all the other farmers finally get one, guess what? You're eventually going to buy a tractor anyway, but now you're kind of behind the curve. So you're better off, unfortunately, just playing with the tool, getting used to it, familiar, learning what it's good at. And actually, when you start playing with AI, you will learn all the limitations, kind of what it doesn't really do that. It's not this miracle tool that's going to do everything. And yeah, exactly. So history shows us that those who learn the tools will help shape its outcomes. So as well as if you're playing with the tool, you can use it. Maybe, using it, you can come with a way that will help your personal life in a specific way and be useful. So let's see here. About there. So AI is not the end of the human relevance. It's just the next abstraction layer where we're getting all these boring jobs to AI, and then we're going to move up the chain, and then we're going to be doing certain things. At some point, we're probably going to get sick of those jobs and have AI or tools or automation replace it. And it's a never-ending process. So just remember that computers used to be human, calculators used to be people, programming used to be wiring, and that each transaction did look like it was the end of something, but then it turned out to be the beginning of something else. And so that's where I feel AI isn't replacing humans. It's just giving us parts of our thinking back in time that, we never should have outsourced to exhaustion in the first place. So
excellent.
Yeah.
Fascinating topic, right? What do you have to say about it? Drop your comments and questions below, and go to dstech.net for your free security assessment so we can help you plug all those holes. So,
awesome.
Yeah, make it a great day. See you next time.